Hey, so glad we're here. I'm Christianne. I'm a wellness professional and yoga instructor here at My Movement. And today we're going to be collecting and unifying our thoughts and our energy. Here at My Movement, we are particularly interested in the relationship between the body and the mind. How our thoughts and emotions affect our overall health, wellness, and performance in life. This experience today is open to all, and it's just about an hour long. And it's designed to not only build a strong physical body, but an emotional and mental well being too. Right, so we're going to breathe and experience a few grounding shapes together and then end in a brief rest. Like I said, this practice is open to all, and there's very little stress about alignment as we move through this practice here today. The most important part is that we stay connected to our breath to not just support the shapes that we're physically creating, but to also anchor our minds here in the present moment, right? So if we find ourselves drifting away with a thought, a feeling, of either body or mind, you'll have the opportunity to bring yourself back with your breath and then receive the most from the present moment. And quite often that results in more clarity and less stress. So there's very little that we need for this practice. You see that I'm here sitting on a yoga mat. It's great if you have one, you can go ahead and put that out. If you don't have a mat, that's okay. You can simply put a towel on the floor, a blanket, or even right on the carpet if that's what you have. And before we begin, since most of us are practicing in our homes these days, if you have the ability to limit any external distractions that are within your control, I ask you to go ahead and do that now so that you can really move inward here and receive the most from this practice. So that includes silencing the phones, maybe turning off the email prompts right, ever flowing on a computer, closing over some doors, closing the shades, so you can really be here in this moment. So as you quiet down your things and set up your space, we're going to come to a comfortable seat to begin. You can sit right on the ground. If you have yoga blocks, that's great too. We're going to start in a cross-legged seat. Remember, be gentle with yourself through this practice. We don't want to force anything. Right? We don't want sharp pain. It's to let ourselves begin to allow right, the feelings to come up, the sensations to come up within the body and the mind so that we can move through again with more clarity. So finding a comfortable seat, I'm going to ask you to come to the top of your mat. And before we become super still, you can just go ahead, shake out your legs a little bit, especially if you've been seated, back to school, back to work, whatever it is. A little bit of movement there. And then you go ahead, draw your legs back in, cross them up, and begin to sit up tall. Just take a couple shoulder rolls. Your hands can rest on your knees, so reaching shoulders toward ears. And draw them back and down. A few times. Not attaching to any sensation here, just opening up. And then let yourself become a little bit stiller. Hands can stay on your knees if you're in need of a bit of grounding. Right? You feel there's a lot of energy, a lot happening within. Right? Hands can come down if we're feeling tired, sluggish. Right? Hands can come up to receive energy. Right? So we'll sit up nice and tall and bring the shoulders over the hips. Begin to lift the chin lightly from the collarbone. And if you haven't already, you can begin to close down your eyes. And together we'll find a big breath in. And a deep exhale out, let it go. Again, allow an inhale. And exhale. Go again, big breath. Big sigh all the way out, let it go. And then continue to breathe. Here, just becoming an observer of your breath, not trying to force or manipulate your inhales or exhales. Just noticing the breath exactly as it is, your breath. Perhaps it's the first time all day that we've really tuned in. Continue to sit up tall and breathe. Just noticing without judgment, where is the breath flowing freely? Is there a stuck sensation somewhere? But not attaching to that. Just awareness on your natural ebb and flow, right? Your rhythm of breath. Awareness on the breath is a major part of this mind-body experience. It's what unifies, right? And then this is what we take with us off our mats. Right, so continue to breathe just a little bit more. Sit up tall. If the mind has wandered, right, maybe attached to an external sound, the texture, the weight of our clothing, right? Just come back to the breath. And we'll find one more. Big inhale, sit up tall. And deep exhale. And we're going to sit and breathe for just a few more moments. Today, exploring Nadi Sadhana breath. This breath is for clarity, right? And to balance the energy within our bodies so that we can move forward free and clear. And so we'll stay seated for another moment. If there's any sensation in the legs that is very uncomfortable, you can cross them in the other direction. But we're going to meet in a cross-legged seat once again. Now placing the left hand face down on the left kneecap. And then your right hand is going to come to your face. And we're going to use our thumb to close off our nostrils as we alternate our breath. If you can, I'm going to ask you to bring your middle finger and your pointer finger right to the space between the eyebrows. Maybe while it's there, you can massage out any tension. And wrinkle the forehead a little bit. And sitting up tall once again. Remember, left hand's on left knee, hands to the center of the face. And we're going to begin to close off the left nostril and take a big inhale through the right side. Close off the right nostril, exhale through the left. Inhale through the left side, big breath. Close the left, exhale through the right. Go again, inhale through right side. Exhale through the left side. Inhale through the left. Exhale through the right. Inhale through the right side. Exhale through the left side. Again, inhale through left. Exhale through the right. Go again. Big inhale, right side, sit tall. Exhale out the left side, let it go. One more round. Breathe in, left side. Exhale through the right side. Inhale through the right. Exhale through the left. Take a big inhale through the left side and we'll hold. Bring your chin in toward your chest. Your right hand can rest on your knee. Just for a few moments here. Hold the breath for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Big exhale, tilt the chin high. Take a regular breath in. Big breath out. And see if you can maintain the fullness of this breath. Right, the depth and its ability to anchor us here, both body and mind in present moment. I'm going to begin to introduce some shapes. I'm just seated for a little bit more. All right, so we'll sit up nice and tall. And as we inhale, go ahead, rise the arms up, full breath in. And then exhale, twist over to the right side. So back of your hand to your knee, sit up tall, deep breath. Exhale to gaze behind you, navel to spine. Again, deep inhale. Big exhale. One more time, full breath. Breathe out. Inhale, go ahead, sweep the arms up, reach tall. Exhale, twist out in the opposite direction. Back of hand to your knee, deep breathing in, long spine. Exhale, twist it out. Full inhale. And big exhale. Relax your shoulders a bit more. One more time. Inhale. Breathe all the way out as you exhale. And then breath in invites us back through center. Reach the arms all the way up. And as you exhale, we're going to hinge at the hips, forward fold. And just crawl the hands out on the earth. Still staying rooted through our sit bones, right? Butts on the ground, fingertips walk out. Before we settle in, just tent up on your fingertips. Draw the shoulders back and down. Begin to reach the heart through the window of the arms. Breath in. And then as you exhale, begin to fold. So you can flatten out the palms, drop the head. Let the forehead rest on the earth. Before it becomes super still, just rock the head back and forth a bit. Gently from one side to the other. Most effortlessly releasing any tension from the head, the neck, the shoulders. Even here, still breathing. Big inhales. And deep exhales. And allow yourself to become still. Space between the eyebrows, resting on the ground. Big breath. Big exhale all the way out. Smooth and steady, expand the lungs. Exhaling fully, allowing yourself to sink into the shape. Focus on your breathing. And exhale. I'm going to ask you to continue to breathe at your pace, your rhythm.
You'll hear me throughout the practice. I'm coming in to remind you to breathe. And just like we began, I don't want you to force or manipulate your breath to the sound of my voice, but just allowing your awareness to lie there. The pattern of breath that we all uniquely find is quite often a direct mirror, right, to our lives. And so as we find that awareness, we don't want to have judgment. It's gentle, non-judgmental awareness as we explore where the opportunities lie within our breath. If we find that the breath may be short or stagnant, choppy, it's an opportunity for us to learn, perhaps readjust and realign if we can find more breath. Maybe your breath today is smooth, deep, slow, and controlled. Continue to breathe like that. And perhaps that's your life off the mat or the life that you're seeking to create. We'll take 3 more full cycles of breath here. So relax any tension through the shoulders. Maybe you walk the hands a bit further out. Sit bones are still rooted on the earth. Big inhale. And deep exhale. One more time. Biggest breath. Exhale all the way out. And just keep your eyes closed down as we begin to make our way out of this shape. So begin to walk your hands in. Take a moment in stillness. Shoulders over the hips, still cross-legged. Big inhale. And deep exhale. Just taking a moment to feel maybe anything that came up for you in that last shape. Perhaps the first moment of true stillness that we have found all day. Where did the mind go? Is there something that we latched onto that maybe pulled our awareness away from our breath? That's okay, we're human. Perhaps our awareness went to a certain point in the body and we created a story with that and leaned in that direction. We show up here as a practice. So maybe it's at this point now that we're feeling a bit more grounded right here in this moment, aware of more things within body and mind, that we choose to set an intention for our practice here this afternoon. The shapes I'm offering you today is to collect and unify our thoughts and our energy. So as we do that, where do you want to pour that energy? Are the thoughts that are moving through you, right? Something that will take you down that path, right? So that you can achieve that intention. With these elevated, positive thoughts. Here's our opportunity to rewrite that story, that internal narrative, so that we can choose the higher vibration, both body and mind. Take another breath here to consider. Big inhale. And deep exhale.
And then you can go ahead, blink open your eyes. And as you inhale, reach the arms all the way up, stretching tall. And then exhale, we're going to roll out to a tabletop position or swing the legs behind us to all meet in table. All right, so we're going to come out to our hands and our knees. All right, we'll just walk it to the center of the mat so you give yourself a bit of space. Hands come beneath the shoulders, knees under your hips. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Right? Feel the fingertips press down, palm out of the hand, heel of the hand. Let the shoulders roll down the back body as you reach the crown of the head forward in space. And the tailbone back, creating a long spine. Hold steady here. Take a big breath. And deep exhale. And then as you inhale, we'll find our first cow pose. Tilt the chin up, drop the belly. Exhale, round into your cat pose. Press the earth away, gaze up through the inner thighs. We'll take 2 more cycles. Big breathing in, find your cow, allow the collarbone to smile. Big breath out, find your cat, press the earth away, look up through the legs. Beautiful. One more time. Keep your arms straight. Inhale, cow pose, tilt chin a little bit higher. Exhale, round to your cat pose. Lift the spine, chin to the chest. And then I'll meet you back in your neutral table. Draw the crown of the head forward, lengthen the tailbone way back. We're going to go a little bit deeper into our head, our neck, our shoulders to release any pent up tension there and to create a little bit more space. So I'm going to ask you to stay grounded through your left palm. Your knees will stay beneath your hips. Left fingers are spread wide. And then as you inhale, right arm's going to reach up and out toward the side. And then exhale, begin to thread it through the left window, but don't hold. 2 more times. Big breathing in, reach the right arm up and out like the wing of a bird. Exhale, thread it through. 1 more time, and we'll hold here. So big breath in, rise up, look up. Exhale, thread it through, and then you can release your shoulder down onto the ground and the side of the head. Right palm is facing up, and your left hand can stay where it is, or you can crawl the fingertips out for the top of your mat or towel. We're keeping the hips over the knees, so we're really feeling it in the shoulders here. As the shape deepens, you may feel a twist to the midline of the body. We receive the most from being still within this practice. So if there's any adjustments you need to make, we'll relax the shoulders, sway the hips. I'm going to ask you to find that now so that you can receive. Begin to close down your eyes. Allow the head to rest on the floor. And come back to your breath. Big inhale. And deep exhale. Breathe in fully. Exhale deeply. Big breath. And breathe out. Keep going once more together. And continue to lean into your rhythm of breath. Because it's that unique rhythm that propels you forward. The space of intention we just set a few moments ago. Collecting the energy within our bodies. Unifying thoughts, feelings within the mind that will propel us forward. Right? What are we seeking? Your breath will support you. Big inhales and deep exhales. Big breathing in. Deep breathing out. Nice. Let's take one more full breath. Biggest exhale. And we're going to slowly unwind this shape. So if you walked your left hand to the top of your mat, I'm going to ask you to slide it back underneath your shoulder. Everyone ground down through your left palm. And then as you inhale, the right arm's going to reach all the way up. Just take a full breath in. Reach out through the fingertips. Just spend a moment up at top. Right? Feel some of the blood rush back into the shoulder. Maybe you want to roll out the wrist, wiggle the fingers. Small movements here. Breathe in. And breathe out. Let's reach up a little bit higher. Big breath. And then as you exhale, you can bring your hand down onto the earth beneath your shoulder. Inhale, cow pose, deep breathing. Exhale, cat pose. Press away, look up through your thighs. Wash it out with one more round. Glide your heart forward. Inhale, cat. Exhale, round to cat. Press away. Try to exhaust the breath. And then I'll meet you in neutral table once again. So grounding through the right palm this time. As you inhale, left arm reaches up and out toward the side. And then exhale to thread it through. But remember, we're not going to hold. 2 more times. Inhale, sweep up, create space. Exhale, thread it through the right side. One more time. Exaggerate. Deep breathing in. And then exhale to send it all the way through. Now releasing down onto the left shoulder. Right hand can stay right where it is. Or if you have the availability, without force, right? We don't want pain, stay gentle. You can walk your hand out toward the top of the mat. Check in with your hips. Make sure they're over your knees. Right shoulder is relaxed away from the ear. And your left palm is facing up toward the ceiling. Feeling the space between the shoulder blades open up. That's it. Take a big inhale. And deep exhale. Close the eyes back down. Full breath. Big breathing all the way out. That's it. Together once again. Expand your lungs. Deep exhale. And keep going. Right? Your rhythm. Your own unique rhythm of breath that is supportive of the exploration of both body and mind. Giving yourself permission to lean in to the elevated thoughts, right? The feelings. What will bring you closer to intention? Your intention. Breath supporting. Big inhales. And deep exhales. Keep going. Breathing big. Allowing for your complete exhale. And again, it's gentle, non-judgmental awareness. Notice any tension in the shoulders, space between the eyebrows, the corners of the eyes, the jaw. Give yourself permission to relax and release what is within your power. Try breathing into any tension. Inhaling and exhaling. It's for both body and mind. Big inhale. Deep exhale. 30 seconds from this point, 3 cycles of breath. The end of your last cycle of breath, if you walk the right fingertips out toward the top of the mat, I'm going to ask you to slide your hand back in beneath your shoulder. Get grounded through your right palm. And then as you inhale, slowly begin to unwind the body. So left fingertips will begin to reach up toward the ceiling. Feeling expansion across the chest. If you choose, your gaze can follow up to that left hand. And spend a moment here again, allowing the blood to rush back into the shoulder. Feel any sensations that came up for you here. You can open and close the hand, roll out the wrist. Reach up a little bit higher, big inhale. And then set your palm back down as you exhale. One more round of cat-cow. Big breathing in, peel your heart forward, cow pose. Exhale, round to your cat pose. Press away, look up through your thighs. And then come back to your neutral table. Take a full breath in. Crown of head goes forward, tailbone back. You're going to create a few more shapes. If you're finding any painful sensation on your knees, we will be here for about a few more minutes. You can always roll your mat, right? Especially if you're on a wood floor and you're starting to feel in your kneecaps. Again, we don't want pain. Right? So you can bring your knees down. And we're going to move into our puppy pose from here. So just like the last two shapes, right, we're going to keep the hips over the knees. Tops of feet can press down, or if you'd like to breathe into the soles of the feet a bit, you can curl your toes under right, from here. Personal preference. Remember, we want to be still. So if one's going to cause extra fidgeting for you, maybe we lean into the other. So hips are over your knees. And from here, you're going to begin to walk your hands out. All right, lengthening out through the fingertips. The arms are straight. Your ears will be in line with your arms. Again, hips are over knees, and the head's going to drop down. If you find there's a lot of space here, you have props available. You can slide a block or a pillow beneath the forehead. It's totally fine. We're giving yourself a moment to settle in. Striving to close off the armpits a bit here. So if you feel your shoulders are actually pressing against your ears, take a moment to roll them back and down. Keeping the space between the shoulder blades open. Heart space hanging down toward the floor. Come right back to breath. Big inhale. And deep exhale. Inhale fully. Exhale deeply. Full breath in.
Deep breathing all the way out. Again, inhale. And exhale. Giving yourself permission to sink into the shape. Noticing if there's any resistance or tension, can you breathe into it? Create space around it and exhale to release it. That's it. Bigger breath. Deeper exhales. Again, big inhale. Big exhale. Be here for a little bit more. As you find yourself sinking into the shape, you may want to go deeper if it's available. Hands can walk a little bit further out. Maybe the heart space is actually resting on the floor and the gaze moves forward. Just check in with your breath as you shift the shape. Right, striving for long, slow, deep breathing. That's it, smooth and steady. Bigger inhales. And exhales. "30 seconds, 3 cycles of breath. Exhale all the way out. Great job. One more time. Biggest inhale. Deepest exhale. We're going to move right into our next shape from here. So sliding onto our belly. So you can come up a little bit if you'd like. Go slow. Roll your mat if it was protecting your knees. You're going to come all the way down. Just take a moment to lie down on the earth. Arms can stretch out, legs stretch out. Reach through fingertips and toes. And then go ahead. You can draw your forearms in. So that the elbows, come beneath your shoulders. Draw the shoulders back and down. We'll set up for a sphinx. Legs can stay long down the length of the mat. Pelvis grounding down into the earth. You find your hands are beginning to move inward. If you have any props, a block is great here, or a pillow. You want to keep the heart space open, right? Chin lifting, shoulders relaxed. And so begin to pull the heart through the window of the arms, ground through the pelvis and the tops of the feet. Your knees may come off the mat. I'm going to ask you to tune back into your breath right away. Big inhales. And deep exhales. Relax the shoulders, big breath. And breathe out. Keep going. Exhale fully. That's it. Expand your lungs. And exhale. Again, this is a practice of awareness. Right, striving to focus on our breathing. in both body and mind. We find our awareness is maybe latching onto anything external, sound, light. We're in our homes, pile of clothing, school books, and bring yourself back. And the same goes for the inside. Are the thoughts and the feelings that have your intention. Something that will elevate your narrative and bring you closer to that intention you set forth just a little while ago. It's no judgment that we wander, because we do. It's okay. But it's how quick you can bring yourself back to the present moment. And the breath will do that for us. So take a bigger inhale, lift through the heart, relax the shoulders. Deep breathing all the way out. Relax the back of the neck. Keep the chin reaching forward. We'll take 3 more cycles of breath. Big inhale. And deep exhale. Keep going, expand your lungs. Breathe all the way out. Great job. One more time. Biggest inhale. Deepest exhale. I'm going to release the shapes. I'm going to ask you to come back down all the way onto your belly. Bring the elbows out to the sides, make a pillow with your hands. Turn the head over toward the right side, resting left ear down. Feet can go a little bit wider than hip distance apart. Just give a little sway through your hips. Take a big inhale. And deep exhale. And then go ahead, pick up your head. Exhale, move it over to the other side. This time I'm going to ask you to bend your knees and then just windshield wiper out the legs back and forth. Aiding in the release of any tension that may have come up in the low back. Gently here. Still on your rhythm. Inhaling. And exhaling. And then go ahead, you can release the legs back down. Bring the hands to frame the rib cage. And we're going to push it back to our child's pose. So go ahead, round through your spine. Draw the seat to the heels. And today I'm going to ask you to bring the knees wide so the torso can rest down between your thighs. Arms can stay extended like you did in your puppy, or if you'd like, you can bring your palms together in prayer. Begin to bend at the elbows and allow them to come to the nape of the neck. Walk the elbows a little further out. You chose that option as you draw your sit bones back and down on your heels. And breathe here for a moment. Big inhale. And exhale. That's it. Twice more. Breathe all the way out. Let it go. One more time. Biggest breath in. Deep exhale out. And we're going to begin to release this shape. So you can release your hands long down the length of the mat. And then begin to walk them in. So you come up to sit on your heels. Take a moment to sit tall, shoulders over your hips. Deep breathing in. Big exhale out. Now we'll sit from here. Right? So tipping the hips over to one side. Sliding our legs out in front of us. Bring your sit bones on the earth.
Give your legs a little shake once again. And I'm going to ask you to draw your legs together. Give a flex of the feet. Sit up nice and tall. And then grab onto the backs of your legs and begin to pull your knees in toward your chest. So in this shape here, we want to maintain the torso to thigh connection. Right, so we find that we're pulling and forcing over the legs with the strength of our arms. That's not the strength we want to utilize here. The true strength is patience to sink into the fullest expression. And your breath will support that. Right, so torso on thighs, starting out by holding the backs of your legs. Sit bones are rooted into the ground, feet are flexed. Take an inhale to peel your heart space open, look forward. And then as you exhale, begin to hinge and fold over your thighs. Now, your feet may stay here. If your hamstrings feel a little bit more open today, then maybe you slide the legs out. Right? And I say today because it's not what was at one point when we were going to practice more, or what will be, right, if we continue to show up. What today's body and mind is offering us. Right, so torso on thighs, deep breathing in. And exhale to fold. So you may find that you can straighten your legs out more. Maybe your hands walk further down your legs if you're maintaining that connection and your breath is smooth and steady. If we notice the breath becoming short or choppy, strained as we go deeper, then that's our cue to back off a bit. Without judgment, readjust, realign where we can breathe bigger. And then we dive back in. The breath alone can bring us into that deepest expression. It's not our physical strength. If you'd like, you can close your eyes, take a big inhale. And deep exhale. Stay open across the chest, collarbone still smiling. That's it. Breathe fully. Exhale deeply. Keep going, big breath. Exhale out. Again. Surrender and sink in more as you exhale. Be here for about another minute. And try to strive for about 5 or 6 full cycles of your breath. We're coming toward the end of this practice here. We will take rest. And hopefully at this point, right, we've collected and unified our thoughts and our energy, and then we're finding our breath within that. We're grounded and supported through the whole journey. Relaxing the shoulders a little bit more, right? Really letting any tension go. Imagining as we breathe in to breathe around that tension, that stress, either body or mind. Acknowledge it. And then as we exhale, give it permission to go along on its way, right? Let it go. So let's do that 2 more times. Breathe in fully. Exhale deeply. Great job. Biggest breath in. Deepest exhale out. And then as you inhale, you can rise up just a bit to your toes. Exhale there. And we'll begin to make our way out of our shape. So go ahead, walk your hands up your legs. Take a moment to sit tall, just to bring awareness to anything that may have come up for you. But try not to attach. And again, that same non-judgmental awareness. Take a big breath. Big exhale. From here, I'm going to ask you to begin to bend up your knees, pull them in toward your chest. You're going to prepare to take rest. All right, so you can roll down onto your back body, hug your knees in toward your heart, and I ask you to stay for Shavasana. This, I know we're just laying down, but it's more than that. The next shape that we greet is the bridge. So everything we just learned here on our mats, both body and mind, the intentions we cultivated, the space we cleared to move in that direction, the power, the strength, the focus, we get to take that with us. And the bridge is Shavasana, divine rest. So continue to pull the knees in toward the chest, rock a little bit back and forth. Relax the head, the neck, the shoulders down. Then you can go ahead, bring your hands onto your kneecaps, take a full breath in. And then as you exhale, release the right leg long down the length of the mat. And then you can release the left leg. Begin to extend your arms out toward the sides. Allowing the palms to face up toward the ceiling. Really take up some space here. We have it, right? This is the ultimate form of stillness that we're now finding. Space of rest and renewal for both body and mind. Close your eyes down. Take an inhale. Big sigh out as you exhale. Allow the tongue to release from the roof of the mouth. Separate the teeth and soften the jaw. Your breath is still here for support. So we find we have the desire to get up, to move. A loop of thought may enter the mind. If it has intensity, come back to breath. I'll be here for us to close practice in a few moments, so you have full permission to let go, to be here and now. have the freedom to stay in your Shavasana for as long as you choose. Turn off the screen when you're ready. If you feel ready here in this moment, you can go ahead and begin to deepen your breath. Big exhales out. Coming back into body. And mind. Take one more big breath. Full exhale. And then go ahead, draw your legs together. Rise the arms up overhead. Reach out to the fingertips, the toes. Deep breathing in, stretch, expand. And then as you exhale, begin to pull the knees in toward your chest. Wrap your arms around your shins. Give yourself a little sway, a rock back and forth. And side to side. Now the low back to rest down. And then you can roll over toward your right side body. Just pause for a moment there. Use your arm as a pillow. Allow the left hand to rest on the floor, right in front of the heart. You can come back to breathing. Big inhale. And exhale. Feeling here, collected and unified. The thoughts that will elevate us. And the energy it requires to propel ourselves forward, fueled by our breath. Take a big inhale. Big exhale. And then go ahead, you can ground through your palm. Come back up to your easy seat, Sukhasana. Let's cross legs, sitting up tall. Just keep your eyes closed for one more moment. Hands can rest in your lap, or if you'd like, bring your hands into prayer at the heart. And take a moment to bow to yourself tonight. Sitting here for a moment to thank yourself for showing up. That's the hardest part, really, is to commit. Right? Once we're in the experience, we can ebb and flow with what feels one way or another. But actually showing up is the hardest part. And that strength, that power, that discipline came from you. So thank yourself for that strength. Breathe it in. And breathe out. And I thank you as well for carving out the time to not just build a strong physical body, but mind as well. Again, my name is Christianne, a wellness professional and yoga instructor here at My Movement, and I hope to see you again soon. Namaste.